Nike trolls America. Hello everybody, welcome back. I'm Jason McNeil and this is Cup of Joe Canada. Today we're going to talk about Nike trolling America. Look, the reason I want to talk about this, the jig is up, okay? From what I can tell, companies, corporations, networks, they've figured it out. They've got on the whole trolling bandwagon and they realize this is how you make money. The trolling is the new marketing, essentially. Now, why do I say that? I say that because with the new Colin Kaepernick advertisement campaign, right? Look, it doesn't matter if you like Colin Kaepernick, you don't like Colin Kaepernick, you think he's a good guy, you like what he stands for, you don't like what he stands for, you think he's kneeling and it's disrespectful. None of that matters in Nike's mind, right? Because Nike has realized, look, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this guy and we're gonna put his face on a thing and people are gonna react in all types of ways. It's gonna be free press, right? People are burning their Nike shoes. So like Nike says, we're gonna do this thing with Colin Kaepernick. And immediately, some people start to burn their Nike shoes. Now these are Nike shoes they already paid for, so Nike has already made that money, and now you're going on YouTube, and you're advertising, and your video says Nike, and there's a Nike shoe on it that's on fire. Side note, Americans, when I was a kid, I used to watch like the news, and in third world countries, people would burn stuff in the street and they'd be like all emotional. And we would look at them and we'd be like, wow, look how crazy it is over there. Look how those people have lost their minds. And now we're burning jerseys, we're burning shoes. We're like, why is that happening in America? Why are you guys moving backwards like this, right? Like it seems really silly. But anyway, the new thing is you burn shit that you don't like, right? Like you're mad at someone, you burn something. Okay. So they're burning their Nikes, Nike doesn't care, and the stock drops like 1%, and all of the conservative people that hate Colin Kaepernick are like, oh look, Nike's gonna pay. Nike's not gonna pay. Nike has made a calculated decision here, okay? So if you look over the next week, everything goes up. Nike sales through the roof because people that are on the other side of the argument are like, well, I'm gonna buy 2 pair of Nikes now. I'm gonna buy extra Nikes. I'm gonna buy more Nike stuff. Nike is the thing, da-da-da, you know what I mean? Look, you had Jim Carrey go on, Real Time with Bill Maher. Right? And it was funny to me because he's talking about socialism, he's promoting socialism, which is, you're allowed, that's fine. And he's talking about TV, we're being raised by TV, and TV is telling us how to think now, and it's very scary, and all this type of stuff. At the very beginning of the interview, before this whole conversation, the first thing he did was put his Nike shoes on the table and say, hey, you see these? See my new shoes? Yeah, what is that? That means I'm with you guys. I support you guys. I'm all about social justice and civil rights and all that. But I'm a rich millionaire entertainer, and the executive board of Nike and the people who own and operate Nike, what do you think they look like? What do you think they are? You think they're socialists or you think they're capitalists? So what Nike's done, and it's genius, right? Like from a marketing perspective, it's genius. Nike is a company that makes billions of dollars, has questionable labor practices, has questionable pricing based on cost of manufacturing, and sells their shoes through outlets that largely pay minimum wage. But everybody in America that is on the side that says that stuff is bad, they all love Colin Kaepernick. And they're all about social justice. So Nike says, we're not gonna fix anything, we're just gonna put Colin Kaepernick's face on a poster. And all of those people are like, oh man, I gotta go get some Nikes. Look at Nike's holding it down for me. Now, the ironic part of this, the part that actually makes me a little bit worried, is that, okay, so they can see, we throw something up, and it doesn't matter what we do, but we throw it up and we present this, and people will jump on both sides, and we'll get reaction. But realistically, a bunch of poor people decided the day they saw Colin Kaepernick on the poster that I should buy Nikes. I should put more of my money into quality Nike paraphernalia, and that was doing what to the sort of wage gap and the income inequality and all of that, right? Giving your money to bigger companies and bigger, entities. What is that doing? That's taking money from the poor people and it's consolidating it around very rich, wealthy companies that are run by very rich, wealthy people. That's what's actually happening. Now, Nike can sort of offset that with charity and everything else that they do, but I just want to be clear. The reason that they signed Colin Kaepernick is because of the controversy, not in spite of the controversy. It's because of it, and because of it, everyone reacts. Colin Kaepernick, much like Donald Trump, has become a trigger in America. A real human being is a trigger. That like this person's name comes up and you feel emotionally one way or the other, like very strongly. It's kind of crazy. Now, the negative side is companies know, and they're playing on it, they're preying on it, they're using it as a marketing technique. and they're going to get richer playing on your emotions. The positive side of that is that what we can see is we can have an effect on companies too, right? It's actually easier for a group of people to boycott a company or start a boycott movement and get a company to change its behavior than it is to get the government to change anything, right? Like companies change overnight based on the will of the people or what they perceive to be the will of the people. Governments, it's decades, right? Decades of fighting and arguing, and because they don't have to change. It's the only one government. Different parties, but it's all the same, two wings on the same diseased bird. Corporations, we can get their attention, we can make them act. So now the question going forward is, are we going to do that, or are we going to play sort of the response role, the reactionary role, where companies sort of jingle keys in front of us and we dance? We have an option, and it could go either way. That's how I feel. I'd love to know how you guys think about it. As always, it's Jason McNeil, Cup of Joe Canada. Hit us on the Twitter at Cup of Joe Canada, or you can get us on Instagram, and feel free to smash the like button and subscribe and leave a comment and join the conversation.